Hey, everybody, what is going on? Serial Overdrive here, and today we're playing some Entropia Universe. But what we're going to be talking about today is the new PC that I'm planning to build. And for those of you coming over from Rust, don't worry, I'm not leaving the Xbox. I'm not leaving the console. I just need a new PC because honestly, this thing that I'm playing on right now, if you can't tell by these graphics, is a little bit behind the times. And by that, I mean it's way behind the times. And even just editing out videos can sometimes take a lot longer than it should. So it's some really cool new games coming out. I thought it was the perfect time to build a PC. Not specifically now. I'm recording this video before the 20th, but specifically after September 20th. So the reason I'm thinking this, just to catch everybody up, then we're going to go over the specs and everything like that. I'm curious to get everyone's input. But the reason I'm saying after the 20th is because on the 20th, Intel's making a big announcement and NVIDIA is making a big announcement. Likely, they're going to be announcing new CPUs. That would be on the NVIDIA side, of course, not Intel. And on the NVIDIA side, they're likely going to be announcing the 40s series GPU. Now, I'm not some sort of idiot here. I know that the 40 series CPU is probably going to be sold out unless I'm willing to spend an arm and a leg. It's probably not for me. If you remember, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know, back when the 30 series graphics card released, I was all about that. I tried to get one. I couldn't get it. And I'm like, man, I really want to build a new PC. I even had the specs together. I had everything ready. And it just didn't come together because it turned out that PC parts were about to go on a rampage. And in that, I mean, they were rampaging through everybody's wallets because it just cost so much to get any sort of new technology. Cars were falling behind. It was a crazy time. In fact, it's the only time in my life that I've been able to buy a new car and have it be worth more when I drove it off the lot, which was a crazy experience. Anyways, though, all of that's happened, and now it seems like we're on the other side of it. GPU prices are down, CPU prices are down, and we've got a whole new generation of technology coming out. Specifically with the RAM, we've got DDR5 RAM and everything like that. I thought, man, this would be the perfect time to build a PC. So here's what I'm looking to do. Here's what I'm thinking to do, and I'm curious what everybody thinks. First off, we're going to be going with an Intel i7 CPU. It's going to be the 12th gen CPU because the 12th gen CPU is going to be compatible with the motherboard that would also be compatible with the 13th and maybe 14th generation Intel CPUs. So that leaves me an upgrade path. And second of all, the CPU is actually fairly important for someone like me. I do content creation, obviously. That's how I do this video. And the faster my CPU is, the better I can edit videos, or the faster I can edit videos. Right now, to give you an example, if you go back to some of my previous videos, I did some text on the intro. One of the problems I have with doing that text is it actually lags on my PC when I'm doing it. So it takes me a little bit of time to just get everything lined up and everything like that. If I had a really fast PC, I'd be able to do that a lot easier, which would be nice. In addition, just making a video would take a lot less time. So if I'm looking to pump out videos quickly or get news out quickly, this would help with that. And I'm just going to have way less crashing and issues with freezing and all sorts of ridiculous stuff that probably you shouldn't be dealing with. So that's why I'm thinking i7. i9 feels like a little bit of an overkill. It's more expensive. It's just, I don't think it's something that I need right now. I think i7 is perfect for me. I'm not doing any crazy stuff with Blender or graphics creation or anything like that. But what I am doing is I'm actually using that CPU to create content, and I need a good CPU for that. Additionally, if you're a fan of Rust, you probably know that I'd probably be dabbling in Tarkov. If you don't know, I played Tarkov before, way when it first came out. Like the game, never got really too deep into it, but it sounds really cool. And honestly, if I had a PC that could run it perfectly, it might be the sort of thing that I'd be interested in. And I know that's a little bit of a CPU heavy game. And those of you, actually, probably nobody knows this, but I really do like RTSs, and those tend to be CPU heavy. So i7 felt like the right way to go with that. When it comes to graphics cards, obviously, if NVIDIA's announcement on the 20th is they're dropping 40 series and there's a 4080 that I can get and it's not too much, I'm just going to jump on that. Otherwise, I'm thinking 3080. The price has come down quite a bit. And right now, that seems like the sweet spot. 3080 is going to run literally any game that's going to come out in the next couple years. It's basically, it feels very future-proofed. It feels like a very good GPU. And it seems like something that's actually at a really good price point. If I wanted to pay an extra couple of hundred, maybe even like $500, I could get a 3090. But that feels ridiculous because the benefits that you're getting out of the 3090 is not worth the money, in my opinion. If you're going to be paying a couple $100 more, you should be getting, 20, 30, 40% better graphics. And that's not the case. 3080 versus 3090 It's just not as big of a difference as I'd like for the amount of money they cost, so I'm just not going to go with it. Ooh, that was actually a really good loot right there, 25 PEDs. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is a 50 PED hunt. We're going to total everything up at the end. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking 3080 i7. As far as the power supply goes, we're going with an 850 watt power supply. That's more than enough from what I've read for the i7 and for the 3080. Additionally, that gives me a little bit of upgrade potential. Also, again, if NVIDIA does actually announce the 40 series, I can play around with that. We might go with a bigger power supply if we need to. Next up, when it comes to the RAM, I'm going DDR5 because it looks like everything's going DDR5, and I can get 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM right now. From what I can see, 16 gigs versus 32 gigs. Not that big of a difference. I looked at a lot of the videos I'm working on editing and stuff like that. I don't think I'd go over that 16 gig limit. And then when DDR5 RAM drops down a little bit more in a year or two, I'll add another 16 gigs to it, and we'll be sitting at 32, which is pretty sweet in my opinion. So yeah, obviously going with the DDR5 motherboard. When it comes to motherboards, the one I'm looking to buy, I'm just going to pull it up. I don't even know the name of it. The one I'm looking to buy is just a fairly cheap motherboard that I think would work. It would be an MSI Tomahawk. From what I've read, they're fairly decent motherboards. They're basic, but they will work. And that's sort of all I'm looking for. I'm not looking to get into any crazy overclocking or anything like that. But the Tomahawk does leave open that overclocking avenue. When it comes to the Intel CPU, I don't think I'm going to be getting the K CPUs, the one that you can overclock. I don't know if I'm going to be getting the K. I think there's a pretty big price differential there. So I might just go with the non-K because overclocking isn't something that I see myself getting too deep into. I will get the one with the onboard graphics because I really actually do like the onboard graphics. My plan is basically to build the system before I put the GPU in, just start it up using the base graphics, make sure everything runs, because worst case scenario, at least then we'll, if we do the PS, if something goes catastrophically wrong, we're at least not wiping out the graphics card, which is about half the value of the PC. So I figure it's better that we get that CPU that we can just start the system up with, get that graphics. It's a little bit of extra money, but not much, so it's definitely worth it. I think it's like UHD 700 Intel graphics. It's enough to play Half-Life, so that's not impressive at all. But yeah, that's the system I'm looking at. I'm curious to get everybody's opinions on it, just hear what people think. To me, from what I've done a lot of research. I've been watching a lot of Linus Tech Tips, JZ 2 Cents, Gamers Nexus. It seems like a pretty good build. The power supply, I don't know exactly what it is. It's like a Thermaltake power supply, but it seems like the type of power supply that's pretty standard. It's not going to die or anything like that. I know you want to make sure that your power supply isn't a cheap knockoff power supply, because then you can run into some issues where, well, the power supply, it's important because it literally could fry every single component if you cheap out too much. So I'm not looking to do that, but I'm not looking for something that's bulletproof or anything crazy. As far as the case goes, I'm still looking at that InWin 309. The case, to me, it just looks like it's a sick case. I know the airflow is not supposed to be that good, but I'm going to make a go at it, and I'm going to go with that AIO, the CPU cooler that has that liquid CPU cooling. It has that little LED screen on it. I really just want a PC that looks cool, to be honest. Like, get that LED screen on it. Get that InWin 8-bit graphics. You're going to be able to do some really cool theme stuff, like when games come out, right? Like if I'm looking at playing something like Modern Warfare 2, which is going to be coming out in a month or two now. It looks like a sick game, by the way. If we're looking at something like that, I can put like a 2 on the front of the case, just like, the 8-bit like 2 style, and then on the back, in that like LED panel that you've got in the by the CPU, I can do like a little Modern Warfare graphic or something like that. And I think it'll just look sick. It'll add a little bit more to the experience. Is it really going to matter that much? Probably not, but I think I can make some really cool shorts and stuff like that for the channel. Maybe actually upload to the TikTok account I have. I probably won't, but you see what I'm getting at there. I think that could be cool. I think it could be good for business. Good for the channel, I guess. It could look cool for the channel, at least. I don't think anyone's going to subscribe for that, but I think it's something cool, like a nice little interaction that I can get with people. So I think it's something I'll enjoy. But yeah, I really am curious. Let me know what you think of the CPU. Let me know, not just the CPU, sorry. Let me know what you think of the system. I'm really curious because I know some of the people on here, some of the people watching are geniuses when it comes to that stuff. You're on top of everything. You know everything about tech, and you're way smarter than me. I'm always surprised when I got when I went to buy my keyboard, I mentioned like what happened here. Oh, we're out of ammo. We gotta do a quick little get more ammo there. Just convert some shrapnel. But yeah, when I went to get my keyboard, that was one of the things I posted in Discord about it back when there were only a couple hundred of you. I got some really good responses as far as keyboards, which really helped me out. I mean, look, some of you suggested the really loud stuff because it gives you a better feeling. I don't like loud. I like that more tactile feel. So I've got a keyboard that's a little bit quieter. But you know, it lights up. It does everything that I want it to do. I wouldn't recommend it. That's why I'm not going to name it, because one of the keys did break fairly fast within a year. I had to go out and solder it myself, which was quite annoying. But it's a nice keyboard. I like it. I like the feel of it. It's got that nice aluminum chassis and everything like that. And talking with all of you really did help me pick out the best keyboard for what I was looking to do. So I'm hoping we can do the same thing with the computer. If any of you have any experience with the Inwin 309, let me know, because I haven't seen many reviews on it or anything like that. Again, it looks like a sick case. I know it's overpriced. It's the same with that like CPU cooler, but at the same time, I don't build PCs often. I usually upgrade my set. Usually I do laptops, okay? And usually I upgrade my laptops every 5 years. I think that's fairly reasonable. If I could, I'd love to do it every year, but at the same time, I'd feel bad about that because it feels a little wasteful to me, and then it's just unneeded. But this upgrade's definitely needed. It's something that I've been looking forward to for a while. I've been putting a lot of time into the parts list and everything like that. But like I did last time I was planning to build, I want to put it out to you guys and see what all of you have to say. Last time I think everybody liked my build. There were a few people that said just get a little bit of a better power supply. I looked into it. That was really good advice. And I think a few other people said not to overdo it with the RAM. And again, looked into it. That was really good advice. Everything I can see, it says 16 gigs of RAM. That's where you're going to run really good with most games, or like all games. And when you're going with 32, that's when you're going to run really good if you've got a bunch of stuff going on in the background. The only thing I am thinking about is, since I am going to be recording, 16 gigs might not be enough. So there is a chance I'm just going to jump over to 32 gigs. Just pay the extra price, pay that premium and get 32 gigs of DDR5. It's a little bit more than DDR4, but I want to be future-proof there, and the upgrade potential, right? Like, DDR5's around for a long, long time. That motherboard's probably going to last. It's going to last a while, right? Like, if I get tired of the CPU, I've still got that next generation of Intel that I can jump onto. Maybe even a generation after that. And the graphics card, a 3080, that's probably going to last me, I'm hoping, like 5 years. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how you're feeling about this. Like, how you're feeling about this. Let me know what you think overall, though, because I'm curious. Look at that. We got a max health boost, 127 HP. Bing, bang, boom. But yeah, I'm just curious. And the reason I wanted to play Entropia Univierse and do this is because that's sort of how that's how I talked about the last PC I was building. I feel like Entropia Univierse is a really good sort of free-form game that I can play and talk things out with everybody. And also, I know some of you that are into Entropia Univierse are really good on the tech stuff, so it'd be great to get your opinion. I know what you're thinking. I'm supposed to be a computer engineer. I should know tech, but honestly, I fall behind in stuff. And just watching all these YouTubers' videos, like, they all seem genuine. They all seem really good. But at the same time, I know there's a lot of people out there who are just doing it for the money. They're getting paid. They're getting some backdoor deals, stuff like that. And while I don't think anyone's doing that here, I just want to be sure that what I've built isn't something that I'm getting bamboozled on. I'm not missing something. And I think after the September 20th announcement, we're going to know exactly where we stand as far as what's coming out. And that's going to be the perfect time to do it. Knowing me, though, I'm probably going to get like cold feet on it. I'm going to have to wait until the next generation of Intel comes out. And I'm going to want to wait longer because they probably are going to all sell out. I'm going to feel like an idiot if we'll see. But yeah, this is something I've been planning for like 2 years now. So it's like, it's time. Literally 2 years ago, if you look at my community post, I posted some specs to a computer I was going to build at the time. It was all around that 3080 and Cyberpunk and everything like that. But I managed to get a laptop that I could borrow to play Cyberpunk on. And then graphics cards were just so insanely priced that I didn't feel like it was worthwhile to do it. But right now, for the price of what a 3080 was 6 months ago, I can literally build a whole PC. So it seems like a really good time, and it seems like prices are going to drop just a little bit in the coming days. So I think that's going to be the time for me to make my move. But yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know how this sounds, and that's it. I guess we'll talk a little bit more because it's been a while since I've done an Entropia Univierse video like this, and the loot's actually not too bad. Although I did forget to trade this stuff in, didn't I? So this stuff I actually got from a previous run. So we're just going to move that down there because we are going to total it up. That's how we do this. But yeah, it's been a while since I've played Entropia Universe. Probably about a month since my last EU video, but I'm still playing. I'm still checking it out. Still love the game. Just been really focusing on the console version of Rust. We've got an awesome Rust village, a really great group of people doing that I do appreciate. We hit 40,000 subscribers. I've got to do something for that, I think. And 15 million views. So the 15 million view video where I talk about how much money I made off of YouTube in the last 11 years. Yes, I've been doing this for 11 years. Is going to be coming out at some point. I don't know when. I don't know. I might not do anything for 40,000. I might just do something for 50, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's crazy. I think 2 years ago we were sitting just under 10,000 subscribers, and I was psyched for that. So 40 is beyond belief. And you know, it'd be 40,000 subscribers. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, maybe I can actually get a play button. That would be. I've talked about it for a while, but that would be one of the things that would be like a real goal for me. That would feel like a real achievement because that's not something anyone can get, right? Like, it's great making money playing video games and all of that, but this is never going to be a career or anything like that. But having that actual play button that has serial overdrive on it, that would be sort of a representation of me actually doing something. And it would be mind blowing to actually see that happen. I don't know if we will. Right now, like, subscribers are down, views are down, everything's down for me. So it might be time to try something different, or it might be time to admit that 100K isn't reasonable. We'll see. But yeah, hopefully big things coming in the future, and hopefully some really cool video games that we're all gonna get to enjoy. Oop, the items damage. Let's pull out a secondary gun here. I've got a few of these. Oh, do I not have a few of these? I thought I had a few. There we go. So yeah, originally way back before I got any sort of traction on Rust, I brought these guns with me because I was planning to do, drop this in there. I was planning to do a big hunt on, where was it? Next Island, I think it was. Somewhere that was giving out the specialty armor. I never even got my other piece. I like completely was never able to meet up with them. I think this was a Ascension, maybe. Oh, that's a pretty good price. Yeah, I was never able to meet up with the devs to get that piece because I do deserve a second piece. So if you're out there, devs, you're watching this video, let me know because I think I still qualify for it. Like one extra piece because I did make 5 videos for that month and I did make it on that list. And then I got sidetracked with Rust and everything like that. And I know there's some people that say it wasn't worth it because the armor's worth 1,000 PEDs, but I'll put it to you this way. Like, the videos were making me way more than 1,000 PEDs, not trying to brag or anything like that, but the Rust console videos were really popping off at the time. And with YouTube, with anything in life, when you see an opportunity, when you see an opening, when you see something going off, you take that. You've got to take it. Like, any chance you get, you've got to take it. And, like, I'm not young enough that I think that those chances are going to come by again. Like, the second I see it, the second, like, when my what was it, Call of Duty a few years ago when Black Ops was popping off, my Cold War content, my guides, you know what I was doing on the weekend? I was doing those guides. I'd sit down and I'd tell my girl, I'd say, look, I got to do this because this is, it's actually like legitimate money that I'm making. I think, ooh, there we go. Let's get that. I'm going to just, let's claim the reward. What are we claiming here? Ooh, that's pretty good actually. Whatever, let's just do that. Inflict range damage 200. That's actually pretty good. But yeah, like what I'm saying is like when some of that stuff happens, you literally just have to go for it. And that was what happened with Cold War, and that was what happened with Rust, the console edition Rust. That was a huge time where like I was putting out multiple videos in a week. They were getting 100,000 views. Like for 1 month I got 1 million views, which is for a brief moment in time, I was a legitimate YouTuber making like really good money on it. And it was a really cool experience to get to. It was something that a lot of people never get to experience. So I was so grateful for that. It was so amazing. But I dropped the Next Island thing at that point. And I'm continuing on with the console version of Rust. You guys know I've been playing Rust. I've been playing other games for a long time. It's not just Entropia. It's not just Rust. This is a multi-focused gaming channel. That's how it's always been. That's how it's always going to be, even if it's a stupid decision from a business standpoint. But yeah, that's why I'm still doing Entropia Universe content. That's why I'm doing Rust content. Multi-focused. I like both games. But yeah, there's some really exciting ones coming out. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. If you don't know, like I grew up there in that Modern Warfare era. That was a golden age for me, just in my life and in my gaming life. I really love that. Call of Duty 4, that was a classic for me. I'm hoping Modern Warfare 2 is going to be able to capture that. In addition, like Harry Potter, that's going to be awesome. Starfield, that's going to be awesome. And then I think you got like Celestial Protocol. I think Calypso Protocol, I think it is. No. There's another game that's sort of like Dead Space coming out that looked really, really sick. And there's just a few really good games coming out this winter, and I'm looking forward to it. It's the first time in a while that I've had a couple games coming up that I'm like, I need to play this. I need to try this out. And if even one or two of them just hits, that's enough for me. And honestly, I think Harry Potter, I think that's actually, I'm not a huge Harry Potter guy, right? Like, I read some of the books, but I never got done with it. Sort of aged out of it because it took J.K. Rowling so long to make those books, which, you know, takes a bit of time to make a book. I couldn't do it. But I sort of aged out of it, so I didn't get the full Harry Potter like mythos or anything like that. I still haven't watched all the movies or read all the books. I don't know what happens to Harry. I assume I don't know. I was gonna say something about how he hooks up with Hermione, and but I don't know if that's a little weird. And I don't know. Maybe the brother and sister. Who knows? But anyways, actually, you guys probably know because you probably read the books or saw the shows, the movies. Anyways, though, I think that game's actually gonna hit. It looks like they paid a lot of attention to detail. It looks like they created a really cool universe, and it looks like a universe that isn't dependent on you knowing all about Harry Potter. And in addition, like Starfield, I mean, Bethesda just puts out some classic games. Even like Cyberpunk, a lot of people are really disappointed for that. They're saying this is going to be another Cyberpunk. I loved Cyberpunk. I thought it was one of the best games to come out in 2020. Yeah, it came out in 2020, I think. In 2020, I think it was bar none the best game to come out. In 2021, since 2020, I think it's actually one of the best games to come out. I really do. I know the console version of it wasn't great, but I really just was drawn into that world. I love the world. I love the atmosphere that they created. And you know, you could have my dick you could have it showing through my pants the whole gameplay. You could have it sitting off to the left-hand side the whole game, and I'd still love that game. It was, the storyline was intense. It was well done. A lot of twists and turns. There were some really compelling side quests that were actually done right. It wasn't just a go fetch quest. It was literally like, you're meeting these people, you're experiencing their lives, you're seeing what they're doing, you're getting a little bit of a backstory with it. I loved it. I thought it was beautifully done. You know, Keanu Reeves did a great part for the acting and everything like that, and I just had a great time with it. So I'm hoping that Starfield's going to be like that. I mean, hopefully it's going to be a little bit more successful for Bethesda. I think Cyberpunk was actually successful, but I know there's a lot of like plans that just got dropped for it because of the response, because people didn't like it, because of the criticism, which it's all fair criticism. But because of that, I think a lot of plans got dropped for it that I was looking forward to. So I was disappointed in that. I'm happy to see Edge Runners. I just started watching that. No spoilers, please. No spoilers. If you made it this far into the video, I think you like me enough that you don't want to spoil the Edge Runners for me. So please don't. But yeah, it was a really great game, and I'm hoping Starfield's going to be able to deliver on that, because Bethesda does that too. Like they put out these RPGs that are just buggy messes, but they're like amazing tools that you can create amazing things with, and they have like really good stories. That's what I care about, right? Like if the gameplay is buggy, if it's wonky, like I grew up in a generation of gamers that would just happen. You'd have to download mods and stuff like that to fix the game and make sure that like this quest character that accidentally died could be brought back into the game. Because sometimes that would happen. Like you'd be playing a game back in the day and it would just, you know, some guy that gave you a quest would go off and get into a fight with some other guy and lose. And now all of a sudden you're just like, well, I can't continue with the main quest. What do I do? You know, when's the last save? Where do we have to go to get that? And, you know, instead, now, you know, you have to go get these mods. It would be like, bring David back. And usually it wouldn't be called bring David back. It'd be called like, David's an idiot, let's save him. And bring him back, and now you could get your quest through David or whatever. You could continue it. But yeah, I think Starfield has the potential to go like that. I think there's a lot of people that are going to be disappointed with it because of that, but I think it's going to be a really good game. And that's one of the reasons I'm looking to upgrade my computer, because now it's not just like one game I'm looking at, because before it was like No Man's Sky I wanted to get something for. I didn't. I got a computer a little bit after that, but it was a big disappointment. I was glad I didn't do that. Cyberpunk, I think I actually would have enjoyed it just as much as I did, because I got like a really good Cyberpunk experience thanks to a friend of mine. But yeah, I think Cyberpunk I would have enjoyed just as much, but there was no other game I was looking forward to. So it's like, all right, play Cyberpunk, done with that, good. But now there is like a sick lineup of games that I'm actually super excited to play. So it's time. Anyways, that's going to be the video. Let's get one more Aatrox kill in here. I know I haven't been talking too much about Entropia Universe, but hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. We got a few big hits there. I did see there's that Aatrox got like, what, 30-something PDs worth, which wasn't bad. No globals or anything like that, but that's okay. That's okay. So yeah, we're gonna get this last kill. We're gonna see where we're at, and I'm gonna call it a day. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me all this time. For those of you who like Entropia, sorry I haven't been more active in the game. You know, if I could do Entropia, if I could do Rust, if I could make videos for every game that I love, I would love to do it. But unfortunately, life does not have enough hours in a day for me to do that. So there we go. We got 52 PEDs back, which means we made our ammo back. I don't think we have any extra ammo sitting here, do we? Okay, we've got 31 PEDs of ammo. So we made 33 PEDs so far. Let's check out the decay on this amplifier, because that's going to be the make it or break it. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it here. We had some pretty good loots, too, if we're being honest. So 27 PEDs. Let's do some classic serial overdrive math, because that always drives everybody nuts. So 22 PDs of decay. Let's throw an extra couple PDs, 25, 26 for the armor. And we're looking at what we were saying there. We're looking at about, I don't know, 7 PED profit, which isn't too bad. So yeah, I'll take it. 7 PDs of profit. That's something I could, that's something I can live with. I'm going to kill this Aatrox just because why not? Lose some of that profit, but we're gonna call it a 7 PD profit unless this one hits a global or something nuts like that. But yeah, it was a good video. We made a little bit of PED with this. Kept going in Entropia Universe. Those of you who are wondering what I've been doing with my Entropia Universe money, the deed money that keeps coming in, for those of you who don't know, now we're getting into some Entropia Universe talk. Got 145 Arcadia Underground deeds, 21 Calypso Land deeds, 13 Arcadia Moon deeds, which are completely worthless, and a bunch of other deeds in various properties. Let's go to the exchange here. What do we have? 331 Treasure Island deeds, 77 Crystal Palace, and 10 Ancient Greece deeds. So that's a lot of deeds that are bringing in a lot of passive income. What I've been doing with all of them is just reinvesting the money and buying more deeds. I haven't been playing the game that much, so I've just got to keep dumping the PDs into more deeds, and because I'm dumping it into more deeds, I'm getting a few more PDs. So when I come back, we're going to have a nice stack to play with. And by stack, I mean a nice stack that's coming in every week, which is really nice to have. And that's why passive income's so amazing. Just the fact that you can... Yeah, for those of you who don't know, PDs are worth real world money. Like 10 PDs is 1 USD. So what that means is if you're playing Entropia Universe and you're not depositing, you never had to deposit or anything like that, you basically made it as an entrepreneur in the game. And that's what I was lucky enough to be able to do. And because of the deeds, I'm lucky enough to be able to keep playing the game at a very basic playstyle, but decent playstyle, I'd say, indefinitely. So yeah, this is a game, like, a lot of people probably wonder why I'm playing this game, how I got into this game. I got into this game way back in the day, like 2006. So it's been a while. Me and Entropia Universe have been going strong for 17 years now. That's crazy amount of time. There's literal people watching this video who, if you made it this far, I'm impressed, because your attention span hasn't been completely destroyed by TikTok, but there's literal people who are like driving cars and almost old enough to join the military and vote who weren't alive when I started playing this game. But yeah, I have really fond memories of playing this game. I really love playing it, and anytime I jump on here, get on the mic, I get some of those memories back, and I get to share them with all of you. So I don't plan to leave Entropia Universe anytime soon. It's a game that's close to my heart. It's one of those games I hold it dear. Like, there's a few games like that for me. Let's head back to the base. Let's get myself somewhere I can log off. I'd say Call of Duty, maybe Halo, depending on my mood. Half-Life for sure. StarCraft, Age of Empires, Entropia Universe. I think that might be it. That literally might be all the games that are like there's just been some amazing moments I've had in those games with some friends that are long gone. Some of them literally Gears of War. God, Gears of War. But yeah, some of them, everybody's gone off, done their own things, like kids, jobs, college is long gone for most of us, but stuff like that. Everybody's been busy, and the memories we have, I think we all still cherish and love, and it's it reminds me of an awesome time in my life, and those are games I hold close to my heart. And whatever shit the developers put out, whatever shit they do, I'm still gonna keep playing those games just because of what they represent, I guess. And I think Gears might literally be the big one for me. But yeah, those were the days gone by that I get to reminisce on when I play the game like this. But yeah, Entropia Universe holds it dear to my heart. It's one of those games. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate everything all of you've done for me. Everyone who made it this far, you're real amazing people. Just because you got patience with me, you're willing to listen. That's I was gonna say that's something special, but I'm basically saying that because you're listening to me talk, and I like it. But no, I really do appreciate it. It's special to me, at least. You're all special to me. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Good night. Until next time. Peace.